Well, hey, everybody, welcome back to the Banana Podcast. And today, I'm actually going to date the episode. Today, as of this recording, is December 1st. I'm very excited because it's the holiday season and I get to bring out the comfy shit. I get to rock my Walmart jacket. And I'm just feeling cozy today with my hot chocolate from Starbucks. So today we have a collab episode. It is the Art is Alive podcast x the Beauty Marks podcast. So my next guest is an entrepreneur. She is the founder and head of the She Cultivates community. And so I would like to welcome Miss Elizabeth Sabillon. Liz, what's up?
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for that intro.
I know, I was saying earlier, it's really weird to see you like in Lab 2 because we're so used to Lab 5.
I know. No, but I like this. And like, how do we coordinate the colors?
I know, you pulled up and I was like,
We said
dang.
December with the Starbucks.
Yeah. So in Beauty Marks podcast, you talk about cultivating a community. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to ask, what does that exactly mean to cultivate a community? And what does community mean to you?
Yeah, that's like a space of people and that support you, that are there for you. And I feel like that's a space where you have to be intentional about those relationships in that space. I think that a lot of times, like when it comes to community, we think about like friends, like your group of friends, but that takes a lot of work and time. And I'm someone that like, I've seen the investment of my friends over the years, and that was cultivated through the hard times and the good times. So like, have you ever gone through like something amazing that you're like shouting out from the rooftops, like, this is so great? You go to those friends. But what about when you are going through it, like a really hard time in
the
your
thick
life?
Of it?
Yeah. Like, do you go to those same friends, or is it maybe like a smaller group of people? And I feel like all those things, like, it's like through highs and lows, and just kind of like as you evolve and change as a person, you know, being intentional about who you have around you and investing in those people. And so I have seen like the impact of my own journey, my healing and my growth has been because of the people that I have around me.
Okay, cool. So when you say they're not necessarily like hangout friends, but it's like people just supporting each other through the tough times.
Yeah. And then I think just being like doing life together, you know? And I think that community can be found in so many different places and spaces. And, you know, that word is thrown out a lot. Like everybody's like community, you know, but I really think it's about being intentional about seeing people, you know, about providing a space where people can be seen and heard and valued, because that's what we all want, right?
Yeah. So when you're organizing all of these events and shit, I really suck at like event coordination and I guess building from the ground up when it comes to starting a community, because you know, I don't have the cult of Chris yet, but we'll get there. And how does one start building that community from the ground up?
Yeah, I would say like having a topic, what started at least with me, so I'll share a little bit about my personal story, and I feel like that can help. It's more of, I found a need of women coming together and just cultivating friendships. And like in adulthood, it is hard to make friends, and as you change and
okay, so starting with the initial like question is the first
yeah
thing.
Like who are you trying to target, you know, and who, all of that. So I feel like for me it was like the friendship part of like, okay, I know it's hard to make friends, how can we do that for other people? And so I was like, what about a vision board party? So like, let's set up, let's buy the supplies, let's look for a location, let's put the word out there through social media and marketing, and see like who else is interested in like doing vision boards all together and plan out our goals for the year. And then we sold out our first event because a lot of women were a part and wanted to do that, you know? So you would be surprised how many people want to find those places. And maybe in the beginning you're like, okay, but there's so many groups out there. But it's like, yeah, but there's people that want to see you and that want to hear what you have to say, you know? And so through that, I feel like if you want to start, it's like figuring out a topic, the materials, what that will look like. If you want it low key at a coffee shop, you can do it at a park if you want. But I definitely feel like how you just said about like event planning, like it's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not just like...
It's like you have to get the venue. You have to find potential sponsors.
Yeah.
You have
and that's as you grow.
Pay out of pocket. Yeah.
Pay out of pocket. Pay out of pocket. No one wants to talk about that, but especially the first year, a year and a half.
Was it all out of pocket?
It wasn't that, because we did sell, we started off, and I knew it from the beginning, like I can't pay. Like, I'm not a millionaire. Okay. Not yet. Not yet. But like I can't pay for everybody's stuff, you know? And so I was like, I know I have to at least cover the cost of the supplies. So that's what we did. Like we'd be like, okay, this is how much the supplies cost, this is how much everything is, and then we put how many people are going. But people think that like, you know, you have all of this and you're profiting, like, you know, you're rolling in money because you're charging people $40. Like, no, trust me, it's not like that, you know? But a lot of the time, like people do think that an event is so easy, but no, like there was months that like we didn't sell enough tickets, so I had to pay out of pocket. There was times that I didn't put in the notes, like for example, a small example, we did a lot of the coffee shops because I love coffee shops. I feel like they're homey, they make you feel like community. And so there was a coffee shop that we did an event, and there was a coffee, like the coffee barista was making drinks, but they didn't tell me that they were gifting them to everybody, but someone had to pay that. And so I had to pay. I was like, you weren't charging the people? Like, so you're saying I have to pay for everyone's coffee? Drinks? Yeah. So it was like $65, $70. Wait, I had to pay.
Dang, I would have been pissed.
Yeah. No, but stuff like that. Like, that you don't know, you know, and I love treating people. Yeah. I love it. But like.
But we can't do it all the time.
No. And it was just like, that's an additional thing. So anyways, so I would say that, like finding what you want to do. And honestly, seeing, especially when you're doing things in the beginning, sometimes we wanted to go like be the best and we want to like give 100 and we want to give all these things for free, but it's like, honestly, what are people going there for? Focus on those things that you want. Like if they're for the conversations, focus on the conversations. If they might not need a photo op and a DJ and drinks included.
It might just be someone to talk to.
Exactly. Yeah. So like focus on those little things, and I feel like you'll find along the way you'll learn a lot of things.
That's what I really appreciate about the She Cultivates stuff that you do, is especially in today's day and age with like technology and social media, we're all seeking that sense of community and I don't know, to be heard or to be seen, or like you said, like sometimes people just need a conversation. Yeah. Like they don't need all that crazy stuff.
No, so like you see that need within your community. Because I feel like even like when we've talked about this, about like She Cultivates, I'm like, I feel like there needs to be like a He Cultivates. Like he, like
that dude cultivates over there.
Yeah, because I definitely see it's like no matter what stage you're in, no matter, you know, guys or girls, like it's like you genuinely, everyone needs that. And I feel like people, especially in this generation, are lonelier than ever, and we're more connected, and it's just the craziest thing.
Dude, so it becomes all like numerical. Yeah, like how many followers do you have? What can you provide for me? What services can you do? Yeah, it's so sad, bro. And it I don't know, like He Cultivates would be kind of nice.
Yeah, honestly, in the making. It is in the making.
You heard it here first, folks.
I know. No, I would love to. But honestly, it has come, though, which I always tell you. My cultivating of community has come because I have cultivated a lot within myself. And a lot of growth and healing has happened, like in my personal life, but also through my community. And sometimes we think that we're like self-healers, you know, and I really don't agree with that. I think that with other people, you know, as you interact, as you overcome conflict, as they show you things about yourself that you're like, oh, I thought it was good, you know, that helps you heal, you know. Yeah. So it's great to always be in community, even as a work in progress.
It's good for the soul. Yeah. Too. Building a community is good for the soul.
Yeah. And if you don't see that within your community, that you're like, man, like, are there groups like that? Like, you can start it. You know, and if you see maybe someone else that has the same desire or passion, like you can reach out to them and be like, hey, like, would you want to start something? Because She Cultivates, if it wasn't for the women that support She Cultivates, we also wouldn't be here. So even though, yes, I was the founder, the one that initially started that through like Beauty Marks and then the in-person events, I know that I saw within other women around me that they had a very similar passion and purpose. And it was like, what if we all work together towards this big purpose? And I feel like that's really why we're almost at 2 years, because of that support. Because I know I can't do it all.
Has it been 2 years already?
Literally 2 years this month in December.
When did that start? When did She Cultivate start?
So our first event was January 2023. Okay. But we started, I would say, planning October of 2022. Yeah. So that's
Okay,
where
so that lines up right when I got here at Labs.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So literally it's been 2 years. So I'm super grateful and thankful. And that's something that I'm thankful for this year is the growth, the support. I feel like all of that, but that has come through a lot of work. So it does not come easy. And I feel sometimes because of highlight reels, right, on social media, you see all these people that like blow up like automatically and you're like, I've been putting in the work, like, but just keep doing it. Keep showing up. Honestly, I really don't believe that it's people become successful through just because like a lack of luck. I really think it's them continuing to show up and not give up. I really think consistency. And you don't even have to be the best, to be honest.
You can post the dumbest shit.
Literally,
as long as you're consistent. There's some people that love that dumb shit.
Yes, and there's people that will see that and be like, wow, like she's been around for a while. So it's like, I really believe that that's the hard work that goes into what you want to do. And success is relative to the person and based on what that person desires. So it's not about the numbers. It's about the lives that you impact.
Oh, yeah. Bars. So, Liz, with the year wrapping up, we're at the tail end of 2024 going into 2025. What are some of the big key takeaways you got from this year? And I'll make this a two-parter question. What are you looking forward to most to building in 2025?
I love that question. I would say this year I learned a lot about how important my community is more than ever because I did struggle with my mental health and just personal stuff that I had to really lean on other people. I was so proud of the growth that we did that, again, cannot be done without community. And just honestly, how I was proud of myself for not giving up despite those discouragements that sometimes come as you're building something, as you're seeing and you're comparing and you're like,
comparison. That's a whole other thing we could get into. The thief of joy.
Yes. And I know that. And I feel like that's why currently I would say the past like a month and a half, I've been a little MIA on social media, like not as consistent because I definitely feel like I needed that break because I kind of started getting really in my head and just kind of like, I would compare my lows to everybody's highs and I'm like, that's not real. But anyways, so I would say very proud of our growth, consistency, and also I'm looking forward to a rebrand for 2025. More maybe events in other cities, which I'm excited about, and more collaboration in that. And I think just like I'm changing as a person, and I feel like this year I just hope that I become all the things that I know that God has for me and like walk into that,
I love
with
that.
confidence.
And then going into 2025, what are you looking forward to most cultivating in your community?
I would say just to probably grow deeper relationships and also make new ones and just kind of expand. We have like ambassadors. So now it's like women that support us. So like I would say developing them and like us growing together. And yeah, you can't do it alone. So I hope that's what you take from this episode.
Awesome. Well, Liz, I appreciate you coming down. This is, again, really weird to see you in Lab 2, but I really enjoyed talking to you today. Where can people find you should they want to connect?
Of course. So you can go to Elizabeth Sabby, and that is Sabby on Instagram, on TikTok, and then we also have our She Cultivates ORL community. And I would love to see you there. If you're a girly in Orlando, would love to see you at one of our events.
Check her out. Well, I want to thank you all for watching so much. I can actually say this now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I'm putting this shit on YouTube now. And until next time, this is another episode of Banana